What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Dark Knight Bento back, and this time, this is a review of Batman vs. Superman, the movie. Now, for all you people out there, I'm gonna tell you right now, spoilers are happening. If you haven't seen the movie, close the video, buy a ticket, go watch the goddamn movie, alright? If you're a true DC fan, you read the books, you know the stories, you know the characters very well, you will like this movie. Even though with the bad reviews, with the critics and Rotten Tomato, I don't follow those assholes or those stupid idiots because they're a bunch of Rotten Tomatoes. They don't know jack shit. Majority of them have never picked up a comic book in their life. So first off, I'm going to say this right now. I said it from the start. Ben Affleck as Batman was a great choice. He brought this new gritty Batman on the big screen and gave us a comic book accurate Batman. And he was flawless. Alfred, I wish I saw him more in the movie. He was good. The actor brought another side of Alfred that we normally don't see. I like that. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and everyone talks so much shit about her. She was perfect. Her as Wonder Woman, I wanted her more on the screen. Thank God that we're going to get a standalone Wonder Woman movie. And I already know, if she's like that, how she was in Dawn of Justice, I have no problem that that movie is going to be very successful. Because they're going to be concentrating on Wonder Woman alone. Now, a lot of people have been saying that the pacing of the movie is everywhere. Because DC's just jamming everything. Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, all these different perspectives. And then also, you know, bits and pieces of the other members of the so-called Justice League. Flash, Cyborg, and Aquaman. There's no hearsay of Green Lantern anywhere in the movie. So don't get your hopes up if you are a Green Lantern fan. I'm sorry. But in the end, I really enjoyed this as a DC fan. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. I'm 50-50. There were some parts that he brought out very well of the character. And there were just some parts where I think he was just trying to be too psychotic like Joker. And I didn't like that. But there were parts that he did very, very well. And do I think it's the best choice for a role for him? No. He's a great actor. Don't get me wrong. I don't think this role was for him. Like I said, he was 50-50 for me. Doomsday at the end, where obviously a lot of people did not like the look. I am 50-50 on that. I understand the way he looked when he was born. When Lex used the old Kryptonian ship and his own blood to make this so-called abomination of a Kryptonian. I wasn't a big fan of that. Wasn't a big fan that at the end of the movie that Doomsday killed Superman. That's the number one thing I hated most about the movie. This was the second movie with Superman, and it was just way too early to kill him off. I think they should have just left that for a whole nother movie. Man of Steel 2, Doomsday, whatever they wanted to call it. We needed at least one more full movie to earn Superman's death. We didn't earn his death. We didn't need it that early. It was premature. And that's the one thing I think that DC did wrong with this movie. Now, the other aspects of the movie, I loved how brutal Batman was. Yeah, people complaining about, but he was killing so many people. The dream sequence that he had, the Nightmare Batman, he's in an apocalyptic world, controlled, it seemed, by Darkseid and his parademons, and it seemed like, Superman was a lieutenant and had his own set of soldiers, right? It's not a good world to live in. I think if I was Batman myself, I would be killing these guys and shooting them as much as he was in that part of the movie. The other parts where he breaks in to the warehouse to save Superman's mom. Some people are like, well, there was a part where the grappling look, it went through the guy, and he fucking brought him, and he punched him in the face. And people making it seem like it went through his body. No, if you actually watch the movie properly, it went through the guy's shoulder, and he pulled him towards him, and got him with a good hit. And there was another time where Batman disarmed one of the guys with a knife, stabbed him in the shoulder. People think, oh no, he stabbed him in the heart, this and that. No, he stabbed him in the shoulder. He was wounded. He wasn't dead, he was wounded. Now the part where the guy went to go throw a grenade, he deflected, and the grenade went back at the guy. He didn't intentionally kill him. Does anyone want to die by a grenade? No, I wouldn't either. And then the guy with the flamethrower at the end, pointing it at Clark's mom. He used his techniques to hit the gas tank in the back, and it blew up. The guy basically put himself in that situation. He wasn't intentionally killing people like, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you. No, he wasn't like that. Yes, he was brutal. Yeah, he was in the Batmobile and he was knocking cars over and breaking through walls and all that. It was just a brutal Batman. And I will get to more parts of that. I have a theory for that at the end of this review. I thought Wonder Woman was amazing when she was mysterious and Bruce saw her at first and she kind of robbed him of his own stuff when he was trying to steal information and data off of Lex's servers. And that had to do with all the metahumans, the rest of the Justice League members. Do I like the way they were portrayed in the movie? Kinda. I wish I saw them more. Flash had more of a part than Aquaman and Cyborg. Flash came from the future to the past to warn Bruce. Now I think by Flash playing with the timeline and trying to warn Bruce, I think this is why Bruce are having these so-called visions or nightmares in his mind. He's actually seeing what the timeline is in the future because of what Flash is doing by coming back to the past to warn him. And I think that's what's going on in Bruce's head. And then the other part where you actually see Wonder Woman get an email from Bruce with all the information of the different metahumans from Lex's servers. And it shows Cyborg. It seems like he's already had his accident. And I believe the guy who is helping him out is his father. I hope that is his father because that's taken straight out of the comic book. I loved Aquaman's part. I wish I saw more of Aquaman. As much as everyone makes fun of Aquaman, oh yeah, this and that, he's in the water. He can't do much out of the water. Aquaman is the only one that can actually come close to Superman's strength next to Shazam. There's 70% of the world's covered in water. Right? Give Aquaman a break. He's a great character, I think. I've read some of his New 52 books, and he's a phenomenal character. And I love the choice of the actor that they chose. And the look with the beard and the long hair, awesome. I wish I saw more of him. And then we saw the present Flash. Not the future Flash that came to warn Bruce, but the present Flash. So I don't know if he's got his suit yet. We didn't have much information on the new Justice League members. We probably won't find that out into the movie. But I think, in my opinion, I wish I kind of saw them a little more and understood what was going on in those little scenes to get more knowledge about it. Now, Superman, I wish he had a little bit more of dialogue, right? I wanted to hear more of his actual story and how he felt because he was going through a tough time. Now society is kind of going against him, and he's having a troubled time to convince people that, he's there for good and not for evil. But it seems like Lex is doing all of these stuff to make him look bad, right? Perfect scene, one of my favorite scenes is when, it's actually two parts, when the Senator go visit Lex to deny him his access to the big kryptonite rock and put him on hold, saying, no, I don't want you, you're probably going to do something bad, this and that. And Lex didn't like that. And the Senator basically came and said, you can put it in a jar of piss and call it, grandma's peach juice or whatever. And that part where Superman came to the court and the Senator was talking, you could tell she was nervous, and then she goes and looks and sees the jar there. Turns the jar and it says grandma's peach juice. Like, what the hell? She was freaked out. And then all of a sudden, the guy's chair that Lex gave to him blew up. So Lex set the Senator for her death sentence, basically, and set Superman up to make it look like he was the one that caused the destruction in that court. So now the world's looking at Superman. Now Superman has this fucking problem, right? And now Batman's seeing that even more, after seeing the events of Man of Steel in the beginning of the movie when Enterprises fell over, when Zod and Superman went into the building, they started fighting, and the building fell over. He lost people he cared about. And Batman's pissed. He had a vendetta. And I liked that aspect of that story. And I liked how he got to where he was at the part when the fight started. Now, when the fight started, my God, that fight scene was amazing. Straight out of The Dark Knight Returns. If you're not a fan of that book, you're not going to understand any of this shit. I love how, Zack Snyder kind of modernized the original suit from the 1987 Dark Knight Returns book. It was great. Superman didn't intentionally go there to go fight him. He wanted his help. But Batman didn't want to listen. And how he set up his gadgets to screw with Superman with the Gatling guns, and the sonic waves were disturbing Superman's super hearing. And he's just standing there like, I'm here. Take me. I'm Batman. And it was just an epic fight. And in this fight, you can tell Batman wanted to destroy Superman. As he said to Alfred in that one scene, there might be a 1% chance that he can go rogue. We have to take it as an absolute certainty, right? Batman doesn't take anything lightly. He checks out every situation possible to solve his problems. And he thinks right now that Superman is a problem. And that's part of the story I really liked. I really enjoyed the build up to it. I really enjoyed, the fight scene. I really enjoyed Wonder Woman. Her fight scene with Doomsday, with Batman and Superman. That fight with Doomsday was amazing. As much as I didn't like the look of Doomsday, Doomsday acted like Doomsday. He kicked ass. He was destroying. He was throwing Superman around, Wonder Woman around, Batman just grappling everywhere, trying to get away from his freaking heat vision. It was epic. The fighting was epic. Zack Snyder's visual effects and CGI, epic. Do I think Lois Lane played too much of a stupid part? Yes, I think there was too much saving with her. The part where she had the kryptonite spear and she just decides to throw it into the water, and then wait, you know what? I think I might need that. She goes back and then gets trapped, and then Superman has to stop fighting Doomsday to come save her. I found that a little waste of time. To me, it was retarded. But overall, as a big DC fan, I loved seeing the characters together for the first time on the screen. Amazing to see the Trinity finally get together to fight this Doomsday. As much as some people might have not liked the way he looked or the way he was created, he acted like the character he was supposed to be. Do I feel like Doomsday killing Superman should have been in a separate movie? Yes, I think so. Do I think, I'm not too much big on Lex with, choosing Eisenberg as a the actor? Yeah. So right now, I'm giving this movie a 7.5 out of 10. And the points that knock off to 7.5 instead of a 9 or a 10 out of 10 is because of Eisenberg. Jesse Eisenberg. I think he was okay as Lex. The whole Superman dying by Doomsday's hands in this movie, when this is a Batman vs. Superman movie, I did not like. I did not like the way Doomsday looked. And I wish I saw a little bit of the other Justice League members a little bit more. Those are the reasons why I give it a 7.5 out of 10. But other than that, Wonder Woman was amazing. Gal, you are Wonder Woman. And I understand a lot of people were talking crap about you and your physique, how Wonder Woman should have been a little bit bigger. No, you were a perfect Wonder Woman. Ben Affleck as Batman, I can't wait for your standalone movies. Honestly, and you directing it, I honestly can't wait. As you see, as a big Batman fan I am, I can't wait for your standalone movies. I understand you're upset because of the critics and Rotten Tomato and all these stupid reviews, but us DC fans, we have your back. We got your goddamn fucking back. You are the best comic book accurate Batman on the screen to date. And if people are still holding on to the Nolan trilogies, you gotta remember, you can't compare those two Batmans. One is a realistic version of Batman with no superheroes in there. No superpowers, nothing. It's just Batman and some of the villains that, are not extreme with superpowers. There was, Two-Face, Joker, Ra's al Ghul, Scarecrow, and a couple others, but they didn't have superpowers. And then the comic book accurate Batman that we got from Ben Affleck in Batman vs Superman is the Batman we've been waiting for. So I'm gonna come out with another video describing why I think this brutal Batman has a good theory behind it. But right now, Batman vs Superman got a 7.5 out of 10. Thank you guys. Like and subscribe, and come back with more.